Football is big business in the EU. Fans pay handsomely to watch their favourite clubs on TV. And broadcasters pay huge amounts of money to win the exclusive right to show games in a particular country. The big winners are football league organisations and the clubs that play in them. But recently the European Court of Justice has ruled that selling broadcast rights on a country-by-country basis is against EU law.
The ruling arose from a case brought by a pub landlady in the UK. She bought a satellite card from a Greek broadcaster that held a licence to show English Premier League games in Greece. But in the UK, the Premier League has sold exclusive rights to Sky, whose service costs much more than the Greek channel. Sky said the landlady was legally obliged to subscribe to its service, and the Premier League took her to court, where she was fined. In footballing terms, a clear penalty. But like most pub landladies, she refused to be intimidated. She claimed that the EU's single market gave her the right to show games broadcast by any rights holder in the EU. And in a landmark opinion, the European Court of Justice agreed. It said that by selling broadcast rights country by country, the Premier League was effectively carving up the single market. So the Premier League's legal case against the now victorious pub landlady turned out to be an own goal.
Of course, it's important to emphasise that this ruling is provisional and it could be overturned by judges later in the year. But it seems that the EU's single market yet again has struck a significant blow in favour of consumer protection in the EU. And it's not the only such ruling recently either. The ECJ has also said that member states can require key international sports tournaments to be broadcast free to air.
Andreas Schwab is a German MEP from our group and the Parliament's rapporteur on consumer rights. For him, this development should ensure that football on TV remains affordable and accessible for all.
In some countries it's cheaper, it's for free to watch the football transmissions from a national channel instead of paying the bills in another member state where you are watching, in fact. And I think a more transparent system can be in the interest not only of the clubs who have to raise some money, but also in the interest of consumers, because they can really watch the games, the important games, wherever they want.
In the case of football, revenue from selling broadcasting rights has helped to make some of the top clubs in Europe very wealthy. That has enabled them to buy the world's best players, which maintains public interest and generates more income. Of course, a lot goes on players' wages, but the revenue also helps the grassroots development of football. Some MEPs have concerns that the ECJ's opinion could have negative consequences too, particularly for sports that aren't as lucrative as football. Hella Ranner, an Austrian MEP from our group, has co-hosted a hearing here in the Parliament to analyse what this opinion could mean for sports broadcasting.
If the exclusivity for the broadcasting is falling down because it's against the internal market, we have a problem, and the grassroots sport have also a problem.
Understandably, the Premier League is upset by the ECJ's provisional ruling. It says that the court's opinion runs contrary to EU treaty law, particularly with regard to safeguarding cultural diversity across the Union. The Premier League also says that if broadcasting rights are to be organised on a pan-European basis, they should be subject to legislation. In other words, judges should not create law. Clearly, this battle is not over yet, but the EPP group will be fighting to ensure a fair deal for consumers as well as for clubs.
The right holders are trying to appeal against that decision. Therefore, I think the message that we should maintain here is that for citizens, for consumers, it's positive that there should be a clear and transparent system all over Europe, which would be then a level playing field for everybody who wants to make football one of the strengths of Europe.
So football and sports broadcasting rights in general could soon be turned upside down. But let's not forget that this is just an opinion from the European Court of Justice. The final judgment will come later this year, and it could strike down that opinion, in which case this whole saga really could turn out to be a game of two halves. For more information on our group's activities, please visit our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.